Imagine if Albert Einstein died at the age of 2 before teaching anyone a single thing. That's exactly what happens to every octopus. An octopus can solve a puzzle it has never seen before, in seconds, using a brain scientists still don't fully understand. 2/3 of its neurons live outside its skull, scattered through 8 arms that can taste, smell, and think almost on their own. So here's the question that should keep you up at night. If this animal is this smart, why didn't it build a city? No writing, no tools passed down, no civilization. Just one brutal year of life, then gone. Meet the common octopus, Octopus vulgaris, found in tropical and temperate waters worldwide, from the Mediterranean to the coasts of Japan. Its brain holds around 500 million neurons, more than any other invertebrate on Earth, and roughly comparable to a dog's. But its lifespan? Barely 12 to 18 months in the wild, sometimes stretching to 2 years in a lab. That's it. A creature with dog-level intelligence gets less total time on Earth than a golden retriever gets just to grow up. So how does a mind like this prove what it's capable of in a life this short? Let's look at the evidence. In 2009, marine biologist Julian Finn filmed something no one expected. A veined octopus, a close relative, carrying coconut shell halves across open seafloor. It wasn't eating them. It wasn't hiding in them yet. It was transporting them for later use as portable armor. That's tool use, planning for a future need, something we once assumed only elephants, crows, and primates could manage. Then there's the jar test. Seal a live crab inside a screw-top jar, hand it to an octopus, and watch. Most individuals figure out the twisting motion within minutes. No training, no demonstration, just raw problem solving in real time. Researchers at Naples Zoological Station even reported octopuses learning faster after watching another octopus solve the same task, so-called observational learning. That claim is contested. Later attempts to replicate it produced mixed results. Science doesn't hand out certainty for free. But even skeptics agree on this. Octopuses show individual personalities, bold ones, shy ones, some that recognize specific human handlers. Researcher Jennifer Mather documented octopuses that squirted water repeatedly at handlers they seemingly disliked, and only those handlers, over and over. This is not simple instinct. This is a mind making choices. So why hasn't a mind like that built anything that lasts? Here's the first wall. A common octopus mother lays somewhere between 100,000 and 500,000 eggs, and then she stops eating entirely. She guards them obsessively for weeks, sometimes months, blowing water over them, cleaning them, fighting off predators without rest. She never leaves. She starves herself to death, protecting a clutch she will never see hatch into adults. This is called semelparity. One single reproductive event, then death. It isn't an accident, it's programmed. In 2018, researcher Ziyan Wang and colleagues identified the trigger, a set of self-destruct hormones released from the optic gland after mating. It's biologically programmed. Not disease, not starvation alone, an internal switch that shuts the whole system down on schedule. And here's the real cost. The moment she dies, every scrap of knowledge she gained in her lifetime dies with her. No octopus ever meets its parents. No young octopus is ever taught anything by an older one. Ever. Every single individual starts from absolute zero. Every generation reinvents the wheel, or rather, reinvents how to open a jar. Civilization needs accumulation. It needs one generation building on the last one's discoveries. Octopuses have precisely none of that. Now, compare that to us. Human infants are also remarkably helpless. arguably more helpless than a baby octopus, which can hunt within hours of hatching. But human infancy comes wrapped in something octopuses never evolved: prolonged parental care and a social group willing to provide it. Our brains stay plastic for decades. We spend years absorbing language, skills, and accumulated culture from people who came before us. An octopus hatchling drifts alone as plankton, eaten by nearly everything in the water column, with no mother left alive to guide it. Evolution had a choice to make, broadly speaking: invest heavily in a few offspring with intense care, or flood the ocean with hundreds of thousands of larvae and hope a few survive. Octopuses chose quantity. Primates, us included, chose quality, investment, and time. Anthropologists also point to something else. Human ancestors lived in stable, cooperative social groups for millions of years, which made teaching and shared memory possible. Some researchers even link this to the grandmother hypothesis, the idea that older, post-reproductive humans stuck around specifically to help raise grandchildren. Octopuses are the opposite, mostly solitary, often cannibalistic toward their own species the moment food runs low. You cannot build a civilization with individuals who might eat their own neighbor on sight. So we have two separate walls: no time and no society. Either one alone might have been survivable. Together, they're absolute. But here's the part that textbooks leave out. In one specific way, octopus biology is doing something more advanced than ours. In 2017, a study published in the journal Cell found that octopuses edit their own RNA, the messenger molecules that translate genes into proteins, on a scale unlike almost any animal known. Over 60% of RNA transcripts in their nervous system get rewritten after being copied from DNA, especially in genes tied to neurons. Humans do this too, but barely, at a handful of sites. Octopuses do it constantly, at thousands of sites, in real time. The trade-off is fascinating. This level of editing appears to slow their DNA's evolution, because rewriting the message after the fact reduces pressure to change the code itself. It's like editing a manuscript after it's already printed, every single time, instead of rewriting from scratch. Bizarre, almost unheard of in nature. Then there's camouflage. An octopus can match the color, texture, and pattern of its surroundings in under 1 second, despite being completely colorblind. It does this using photoreceptor proteins embedded in its own skin. Its body can see light directly, a discovery published by Desmond Ramirez and Todd Oakley in 2015. No human technology camouflages that fast, that convincingly, without a single centralized visual system doing all the work. And each arm carries enough neurons to solve certain problems entirely on its own, even when severed from the brain. Distributed intelligence, unmatched on this planet. So maybe the real question isn't why the octopus stayed small. Maybe it's what evolution was actually optimizing for all along. So here's where we land. A mind on par with a dog, trapped in a body built for one brutal year of life, with no way to pass anything on. Take away the short lifespan. Take away the solitude. What happens then? What if a lineage this smart had gotten the one thing it never had? Time. That's exactly the question we're chasing in the next video, because there might already be a real answer hiding in the fossil record. If you want to know what almost happened, subscribe, hit the bell, and don't miss it.